What's up, guys? What another great week of football we had this past week. In San Francisco, the Giants were able to drive down the field, down to the red zone with little time left. But San Francisco's defense came up big, giving them an 8-1 record. On Sunday Night Football, Tom Brady picked the Jets' defense apart, giving the Patriots the win and possibly the division. However, the biggest story came out of Atlanta.
So it's 4th and inches, and Mike Smith's going to go for it. It's unbelievable. It's on 29, and Michael Turner is stuffed. Wow. Unbelievable. So here comes John Casey.
The Saints penetrated, pushed the line of scrimmage back, made the play, actually lost a yard.
Chunk that count. And Najee weighing in on Smith right there. Casey from 26 yards away. And the Saints, they went in overtime 26-23 after the most controversial call of the week and possibly the season.
With that, let's get into this week's predictions. Our first matchup, rebuilding year, Lawson McDonald against Team Little Ging, Brad Gingrich. The Lawson will take Jason Witten against the Washington Redskins. Witten is always a lock to get a lot of targets a game, and against the Redskins, he should have a pretty solid game. I would have picked someone else, but pretty much the rest of your team is hurting. For Brad, take Greg Jennings against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've said the same thing about him every week. He has truly put the team on his back. Greg Jennings will be putting the team on his back this week for you, Brad. Look for Jennings to put the team on his back yet again this week. Same as usual. For Thursday night, I would have considered taking Lawson. However, Sean Green and Santonio Holmes came out Thursday night against the Broncos and flopped. Since Brad is now in such a favorable position, I'll take him. Next matchup, Rise of the Frogs, Michael Melvin against Nighthawk, Trey Combest. For Melvin, take Michael Keenan versus the Green Bay Packers. As much crap as you want to talk to me about my team, you suck, dude, and got bigger problems to worry about. Your team is so bad that your punter is the only guy I could even consider picking as a breakout performer this week. By the way, when A.J. Green is making plays like this,
touchdown of the season. Pittsburgh on top on the road, 14-0. But Cincinnati, could they come back? Andy Dalton rolling to his left with plenty of time, bombs one into the end zone, and A.J. Green somehow with three guys in the picture makes the grab. Both Steelers safeties were there. Green is able to jump up and make the grab, his 6th touchdown catch of the season.
how can I not pick him as your great breakout performer? For Trey, I'm going to take Matt Forte against the San Diego Chargers. The Raiders ran all over the Chargers last week. Considering how good he has been, I expect Forte to tear them apart. For the matchup, taking Trey here in a complete beatdown. With Melvin only projected for 57 points, how can I not expect this? Our next matchup, Pawtucket Southpaw, is David Edwards against the Guru, Will Robinson. For David, I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He hasn't had a game under 25 points all year, and the Bucs' pass defense shouldn't be able to end this streak. For Will, I'm going to take Adrian Peterson against the Oakland Raiders. The least amount of points he has scored all year has been 9. Expect him to be way above that number this week. For the matchup, David is already in the hole, having Willis McGahee get -1 on Thursday night. David doesn't have a cornerback or a safety in at the moment as well. And with Will's team looking the way it does, that's a crucial mistake, David. I'm taking Will. Our next matchup, Team Bruder, Evan Bruder against Team Big Rod, Zach Roddy. For Evan, take Antonio Gates against the Chicago Bears. Ever since he came back from injury, he's looked pretty good, and he has been getting plenty of targets. With him going against the league's worst fantasy tight end defense this week, look for him to have a solid week. For Roddy, I'm going to take Calvin Johnson against the Carolina Panthers. Although their run defense has been terrible, the Panthers' pass defense has been pretty good. Calvin is the best wide receiver in the league, though, and like I said, the Panthers' pass defense has been pretty good. For the matchup, Evan had a pretty decent night from Tebow on Thursday, giving him an early lead. Although he had 2 wide receivers go as well who didn't score that many points, I still think Evan will be able to pull this one out. Our next matchup, freaking huge gnomes, yours truly. Against everything real big, Andrew Johnson. For me, I'm taking Jermichael Finley against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When the Bucs have faced the top tight ends in the league, they have given up big points. I expect Rodgers to target him a lot and Jermichael to have a big game. For Andrew, I'm going to take Larry Fitzgerald against the San Francisco 49ers. Although the 49ers defense has been one of the tops in the league all year, they have given up pretty good points to opposing wide receivers. With Larry coming off a great game against the Eagles last week, I believe he'll be able to capitalize on this matchup. I think this will be a pretty good matchup. I feel as if we are both pretty even at all of our positions. With my punter having a pretty solid game on Thursday night, I feel like I have a good chance of pulling this one out. So I'm going to take myself. Game of the week, the repeat, Ryan DeBerry. Against the legend, Ronnie James. For Ryan, I'm taking LaShawn McCoy against the New York Giants. With Vic hurting and possibly not playing at all this week, Vince Young will be the starter. Even if Vic does start, however, expect McCoy to get a lot of carries and tear this Giants defense apart like he did in Week 3. For Rodney, I'm going to take Tom Brady against the Kansas City Chiefs. Brady tore apart the Jets last Sunday. Believe me, I know. With him going up against an even worse defense than the Chiefs, look for Brady to have another solid game. This looks like it'll be a good matchup. The winner of this matchup will most likely be the number 2 seed in the playoffs. With Rodney's punter scoring 10 points Thursday night, I feel as Rodney will be able to pull this one out. Well, guys, that's about it for this week.
1, 2, 3, go!
I know it's late, but if you have anything to change in your roster, please do. Always want to be competitive. And like always, you can talk a lot of crap, just makes it better. Oh, I think I might go back to bed. So, I'll see you guys next week.